Dear students, in part 1, we discussed the external characters of the earthworm, their body wall, excretory system as well as male and female reproductive system. Now, let us understand the digestive system, blood vascular system as well as the nervous system in the earthworms. About the digestive system. The digestive system include the alimentary canal and the associated digestive glands. The alimentary canal tract of earthworm is complete and extended from first segment to the last segment. It is held in a position by transverse arranged intersegmental septa. Alimentary canal. The alimentary canal is a long and straight tube of varying diameter. It consists of the following parts. Mouth. The mouth is a semicircular aperture lying beneath the prostomium at the anterior part of the first segment, that is peristomium. The mouth leads into the buccal chamber. Buccal chamber. It starts from the first segment and extends up to the middle of the third segment. It is a thin walled chamber with folded internal lining. The lining also has receptors for taste and smell. The buccal chamber opens into the pharynx. Pharynx. It starts from the middle of the third segment and extends up to the posterior part of the fourth segment. It is a short and thick walled muscular chamber. From the pharyngeal wall, numerous radial dilator muscles run outwards to the body wall. The contractions of these muscles dilate the pharyngeal cavity, which works as a suction pump during feeding. The wall of the pharynx has involuntary muscles. The dorsal wall of pharynx is thick and glandular. It is known as pharyngeal mass or bulb. The ventral wall is comparatively thin and made of columnar epithelium. The pharyngeal cavity is compressed dorsoventrally. The lateral walls of pharynx are pushed inside, forming a narrow horizontal shelf on each side. The two shelves divide the pharyngeal cavity into two chambers. The dorsal chamber is known as the salivary chamber and the ventral chamber as the conducting chamber. Esophagus. The esophagus is a short and narrow tube. It extends up to the seventh segment. The esophagus terminates into gizzard. Gizzard. In the Pheretima genus, the gizzard lies in the eighth segment. The gizzard is a hard, thick-walled, highly muscular and oval structure. Its wall possess mainly the circular muscles. In the internally lines by a tough cuticle and underlying the columnar epithelial cells. Stomach. The gizzard is followed by the stomach. It is short narrow tube. It extends from segment 9 to 14. Its wall is highly vascular and glandular. Its internal lining is thrown into many folds. The glandular cells of the stomach secrete a proteolytic enzyme. In addition, the calciferous glands help in excretion by removing excess of calcium. The stomach has a sphincter at each end. Intestine. The intestine extends from the 15th segment to the last segment. It is a long, wide and thin walled tube. The internal lining is folded, which provides larger area for digestion and absorption. The secretory cells of the intestine secrete enzymes for the digestion of proteins, carbohydrates and lipids. The intestine is divided into three parts on the basis of the internal structure called the typhlosole, that is pre-typhlosolar region, typhlosolar region and post-typhlosolar region. Pretyphlosolar region. This region is lying between segments 15 to 26. In the 26th segment, a pair of lateral and conical blind outgrowths originates. They are called the intestinal ceca. Typhlosolar region. The typhlosolar region is lying between segments 26th to 25th segment in front of the anus. It has a structure known as typhlosole. The typhlosole is a large mid-dorsal and longitudinal internal fold. It increases the absorptive surface of the intestine. Post-typhlosolar region. The post-typhlosolar region of the intestine lies in the last 25 segments. It lacks the typhlosole. It mainly stores the fecal material. Anus. The anus is a circular aperture, lies in the last segment. It is provided with a sphincter and can be closed. Histology of alimentary tract. Histologically, the wall of the alimentary canal consists of 3 layers: peritoneum, muscles and epithelium. Nutrition. The earthworm gets nutrition from the organic material present in the soil. The earthworm ingests large quantity of soil as the proportion of organic matter or humus being less in the soil. Ingestion. While feeding, the muscular pharynx enlarges due to the contraction of muscles connecting the pharyngeal wall with the body wall. The wall of the buccal cavity is reversed and the food is drawn into the mouth by the sucking action of the muscular pharynx. The prostomium helps in the manipulating food. Digestion. The ingested food reaches the pharynx. In the pharynx, the glandular cells of the pharyngeal mass secrete the digestive juice or saliva and mix the food. The saliva contains mucin and a proteolytic enzyme. The mucin lubricates the food to facilitate its smooth passage, while the enzyme digests the proteins. When the food passes down into the gizzard, where it is ground up in a fine state with the aid of sand grains, the internal cuticle of the gizzard and the contractions of its muscular walls. This grinding facilitates the chemical digestion. Thereafter, it enters into the stomach. The food receives the proteolytic enzyme, which continues the digestion of proteins, and calcium is mixed. In the intestine, a digestive juice containing several enzymes acts upon the food. Absorption. The digested food is absorbed in the intestine through the epithelial lining and the typhlosole. Assimilation. The nutrients absorbed by the intestine are passed into the bloodstream of external blood plexus and distributed to various parts of the body. The chloragogen cells present on the outer side of the intestine also store some amount of the nutrients. A part of the absorbed food enters the coelomic cavity and carried out directly to those tissues by coelomic fluid. Egestion. Undigested food and soil are considerate inside the post-typhlosolar region of the intestine and egested through anus. The worm castings are deposited on the surface of the ground near their burrows. Blood vascular system. The blood vascular system of Pheretima is of closed type. That is, the blood always runs within the blood vessels and flows in a definite circuit. The annelids have shown this kind of well developed circulatory system for the first time in the animal kingdom. The blood vascular system of earthworm can be divided into 4 sections, that is blood, blood glands, blood vessels and heart. Blood. The blood of earthworm consists of plasma and blood cells. The blood is bright red in color. The respiratory pigment hemoglobin is present in dissolved state in plasma. The blood cells are colorless, nucleated and having irregular shape. The function of blood includes the transport of respiratory gases and excretory products, while phagocytes help in protection. Blood glands. The blood glands are pale red in structure. They lie in the interior part of the 4th, 5th and 6th segments dorsolateral of the alimentary canal. Each blood gland is surrounded by connective tissue. It is a group of numerous spherical follicles. The blood glands mainly produce blood cells and hemoglobin. Blood vessels. The blood always runs within a network of blood vessels. The arrangement of blood vessels is rather complicated, being different in the first 13 segments from that in the rest of the body. The circulatory system may be conventionally classified into two types. First, that is blood vessels and their arrangement in the segments behind 13th segment, that is intestinal region, and second, that is blood vessels and their arrangement in the segments in the anterior region. Let us first study the blood vessels and their arrangement in the segments in the anterior region, that is first 13 segments. The anterior vascular system in the first 13 segments differs markedly from that of the intestinal region. It consists of 4 vessels arranged parallelly, that is dorsal blood vessels, ventral blood vessels, lateroesophageal vessels and supraesophageal vessel. The dorsal blood vessel and ventral blood vessel are extended also up to intestinal region. A pair of lateroesophageal vessels joins together and forms subneural vessels in the intestinal region. In addition, lateral hearts are also located in the anterior 13 segments. First of all, dorsal blood vessels. It is the largest blood vessel in the earthworm. It lies on the dorsal side of the alimentary canal beneath the body wall. It becomes the leading distributing vessel in the anterior segments. It is extended up to 3rd segment anteriorly. It supplies blood to stomach, gizzard, esophagus, pharynx, buccal chamber, lateral hearts, lateroesophageal hearts, etc. through branches. The blood flows from posterior to anterior regions in the dorsal blood vessel. The dorsal blood vessel has a pair of valves internally which prevents the backward flow of the blood. Ventral blood vessel. It is also a large vessel and acts as a distributing vessel. It runs ventrally up to 2nd segment in the anterior region. The ventral blood vessel gives out a pair of ventrotegumentary vessels in each segment. The ventral tegumentary vessel supply blood to the integument, nephridia, septa and reproductive organs. The direction of flow of blood in this vessel remains from anterior to the posterior side. Lateroesophageal vessels. A pair of lateroesophageal vessels is situated along the ventrolateral margins of alimentary canal in the anterior 13 segments. These vessels are closely attached to the wall of the stomach from 10th to 13th segments. The vessels communicate with the ring vessels in these segments. They unite to form a subneural vessel in the 14th segment. The direction of flow of blood in this vessel remains from anterior to the posterior side. Supraesophageal vessel. It is extending from 9th to 13th segment. It is a fine and thin walled vessel which is situated above the stomach. It is a collecting vessel and receives blood from gizzard and stomach. It also receives blood from a pair of anterior lobes present in each of the 10th and 11th segment. The wall of the anterior lobes is thin and lacks internal valves. It sends blood by the lateroesophageal hearts in 12th and 13th segments to the ventral blood vessel. Now, let us have a look at blood vessels and their arrangements in the segments behind 13th segment. The intestine starts from 14th segment and extends up to last segment. This region of the earthworm is therefore known as intestinal region. In this region, there are 4 main blood vessels present, that is dorsal blood vessel, ventral blood vessel, subneural vessel and intestinal blood plexus. Dorsal blood vessel. It is the largest blood vessel in the earthworm. It lies on the dorsal side of the alimentary canal beneath the body wall. It is the main collecting vessel in the intestinal region. From the posterior segment up to the 14th segment, it receives blood collected by a pair of commissural vessels and 2 pairs of dorso-intestinal vessels in each segment. Commissural vessels. There is a pair of commissural vessels present in each segment. The commissural vessels form a loop behind each septum around the alimentary canal. The commissural vessels also give out a septo-intestinal branch to the intestine. It supplies a small amount of collected blood to the intestinal blood plexus in each segment. Dorso-intestinal vessel. The dorso-intestinal vessels are situated on the lateral side of the intestine. Each dorso-intestinal vessel is formed by the union of transverse branch and typhlosolar branch inside the intestine. The transverse branch collects the blood from the intestine, while typhlosolar branch from the typhlosole of the intestine. The blood collected by these vessels reaches to the dorsal blood vessel through opening having valves. Ventral blood vessel. It is also a long vessel and runs ventrally below the alimentary canal and above the ventral nerve cord. It extends up to the last segment of the body. The direction of flow of blood in this vessel remains from anterior to the posterior side or from front to backwards. It is a leading distributing vessel of the earthworm. It gives out ventrotegumentary vessels and ventrointestinal vessel which supply blood to different parts of the body. Ventrotegumentary vessel. A pair of ventrotegumentary vessels originates from the ventral blood vessel in the posterior part of each segment after 14th segment. Each vessel runs for a short distance along the anterior face of the septum and gives off a small septonephridial vessel to the septal nephridia. Then it pierces the septum to enter the succeeding segment where it supplies the dorsal body wall, integumentary nephridia and septal nephridia. Ventrointestinal vessel. The ventrointestinal vessel originates from the ventral blood vessel in the middle part of each segment. This vessel supplies blood to the ventral wall of the intestine. Subneural vessel. It is situated mid-ventrally below the ventral nerve cord and parallel to the alimentary canal. It bears non-contractile thin wall. It lacks muscular walls and internal valves. The direction of flow of blood in this vessel remains from anterior to posterior side. A pair of lateroesophageal vessels unite to form a subneural vessel in the 14th segment. It receives blood from the ventral body wall and the nerve cord by a pair of slender branches in each segment. The collected blood by the subneural vessel ultimately reaches the dorsal vessel by a pair of commissural vessels. Intestinal blood plexus. In each segment, the wall of the intestine has blood plexuses consisting of two networks. External blood plexus. It is present at the outer surface of intestine. It receives blood from ventral blood vessel through ventrointestinal vessel and from septointestinal blood vessel, that is a branch of commissural vessel, and passes it on to the internal blood plexus. Internal blood plexus. It is present between the circular muscle layer of intestine and its internal epithelial lining. It receives absorbed nutrients from the alimentary canal. The capillaries form two pairs of dorso-intestinal vessels. Through the dorso-intestinal vessels, the blood reaches the dorsal blood vessel. Hearts and anterior loops. There are four pairs of pulsatile structures in the blood vascular system present in the anterior 13 segments of the earthworm. These structures are called the hearts. They are present on the lateral side of the alimentary canal. They connect the dorsal blood vessel and the ventral blood vessel. Location and structure. A pair of hearts present in each of the segment 7th and 9th is called lateral hearts. This connect the dorsal blood vessel. Each lateral heart has 4 pair of valves. In addition, each lateral heart has a bulged portion called the ampulla. The ampulla is found on the ventral side connecting the ventral blood vessel. The ampulla has 1 pair of valve out of 4 pairs. A pair of hearts present in each of the segment 12th and 13th is called lateroesophageal hearts. The lateroesophageal hearts join to both the dorsal blood vessel and the esophageal blood vessels on the dorsal side and connect these vessels to the ventral blood vessels ventrally. These hearts have thick muscular walls and a pair of valves at each junction with the dorsal blood vessel and supraesophageal vessel and another pair of valves at the ventral end. In addition, each lateral heart has a bulged portion called the ampulla on the ventral side connecting the ventral blood vessel. The ampulla has 1 pair of valve. Course of circulation. The heart of the earthworm possesses valves to flow the blood in a single direction. The blood from lateral esophageal vessel flows through the anterior loops into supraesophageal vessels. In addition, the blood also comes from the stomach and gizzard into the supraesophageal vessel. Through short branches, the blood comes into the lateroesophageal hearts from the supraesophageal vessel. Some amount of blood collected by the dorsal blood vessels from the posterior segments of the body reaches to the ventral blood vessel through the lateral hearts and lateroesophageal hearts. The dorsal blood vessel show rhythmic contraction like vertebrate heart. All the 4 hearts do not contract at a time rhythmically, but they help to maintain the blood pressure in the ventral blood vessel. Let us see the nervous system in the earthworms. The nervous system is well developed and concentrated. It consists of 3 parts: central nervous system, peripheral nervous system and sympathetic nervous system. Central nervous system. The central nervous system comprises of the nerve ring and the ventral nerve cord. Nerve ring. A pair of each cerebral ganglia, circumpharyngeal or peripharyngeal connectives, subpharyngeal ganglia form the nerve ring. Pharynx is passing out through the nerve ring. Suprapharyngeal ganglion. A pair of closely united cerebral or suprapharyngeal ganglia forming the so-called brain. It lies dorsally in the third segment in the depression between the buccal cavity and the pharynx. The suprapharyngeal ganglia are the main part of the CNS. They have regulatory centers for various physiological processes. Peripharyngeal connective. A pair of thick, stout peripharyngeal connectives connect the suprapharyngeal ganglia dorsally and the subpharyngeal ganglia ventrally, lying beneath the pharynx in the fourth segment. Subpharyngeal ganglion. There is a pair of subpharyngeal ganglion present in the anterior part of fourth segment on the ventral side of the alimentary canal. They are fused at their mid-lateral side. Ventral nerve cord. It arises from the subpharyngeal ganglia, runs backwards in the mid-ventral line to the posterior end of the body. In the fifth and each segment later, there is a pair of fused segmental ganglia found attached to the commissures on the ventral nerve cord. Though the nerve cord and segmental ganglia appears to be single with unaided eyes, they are paired structures as seen in the transverse section. Peripheral nervous system, that is PNS. The peripheral nervous system consists of the nerves distributed from the central nervous system to various parts of the body. Each cerebral ganglion gives 8 to 10 nerves on its lateral side. They divide into branches and innervate the prostomium, buccal chamber and pharynx. A pair of nerves from peripheral connectives supplies the first segments and the buccal chamber. 3 pairs of nerves from subpharyngeal ganglia innervate organs present in the second, third and fourth segments. Each segment after fourth segment has segmental ganglion of the ventral nerve cord. Each segmental ganglion gives off 3 pairs of lateral nerves. A pair of nerves run in front of 2 pairs behind the row of the setae. The nerves are of the mixed type consisting of both afferent fibers and efferent fibers and innervate organs and body wall of that segment. Autonomic nervous system or sympathetic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system consists of an extensive nerve plexus. It spreads beneath the epidermis and on the alimentary canal. This nerve plexus is connected with the peripharyngeal connectives. In this chapter, we have talked about the digestive system, blood vascular system as well as the nervous system in the earthworms.